I was married for 75 days before I filed for a divorce. I've told this story before, but so many women ask me, so I'll tell the story again. And let me preface this by saying, before y'all jump in the comment section talking about God, this and that and the third, I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I was married for long enough to see what I needed to see, and I dipped. I don't feel no type of way about it. I got in and I got out. It's something that I would never do again, and it just is what it is. Okay, so part one. So I'll start this out by saying we did not know each other very long. We knew of each other for a long time, but we did not know each other for a long time. And at the time when he asked me to marry him, I kind of was in a space where I was like, yeah, okay, well, whatever. I'll do it. Like, and that's the honest truth, y'all. Like, that's just the honest truth. So me and him, or he and I, went to the same college. So we were in college at kind of at the same time because he's 4 years older than me. So he was like kind of on his way out when I was on my way in. But because we're both from the same state, we knew some of the same people who ran in some of the same circles. And if you go to an HBCU, then you know that a lot of people know a lot of people, especially, if you're involved in campus and just by, going to parties and things and clubs and just whatever. So we kind of like knew of each other, if you so to speak, not a lot, but like kind of like in passing, if that makes sense. But we were connected because we knew the same people. And I didn't know it until after the fact, but he had been watching me for quite some time online and crushing on me for quite some time online. And I didn't know, but he ends up sliding in my DM. Well, let me go back. He would always comment on my post, and so him commenting on my post, initially I would start out, thank you, whatever. Not super impressed, but he was pretty persistent with that. And so then the comments led to him basically sliding in my DMs. Like, we went to the same college, just striking up normal conversation of, people who went to a HBCU. We're from Florida. We have that in common. So that's kind of how the conversation started. And then he asked me after the conversation, in the DMs, can we exchange numbers? And so we exchanged numbers and started texting, back and forth. And it didn't take him long. He asked me on a date, which hindsight is 2020. He said, maybe we can meet up for coffee or tea. And I should have left his ass where he had me up at. But what I did say was, I don't meet men for coffee dates. So I'm not getting in my car to go on no coffee date. It's not happening. And he quickly corrected himself, like he didn't get offended by it or anything. And he was just like, oh, okay. So, how about we meet for dinner? And so he started, giving me the some options to choose from because he was asking me like what I like and what I want to eat. So he was very much a planner. Like he had no problem planning. He had no problem like taking me where I want to go. He had no problem with if I said I don't like that, I don't want to do that. He didn't get offended. He was just like basically like it's whatever. It's your world. I like you. I want to spend time with you. So it doesn't matter to me where we go. So long story short, we end up selecting the place for our first date or whatever. So he picked the place. I chose to drive to meet him to the place because I didn't want him to know where I live and all that good stuff. And so this place that we met at just happened to have crazy parking. So it took me, when I got to the location, it took me a while to figure out where to park, which caused me to be late, which also caused me to be a little bit flustered because of not knowing where to park. And so I was communicating with him that I was late and I was flustered and I'm just at the point where I'm just about ready to turn around. So he was basically like, no, don't do that. Where are you? I will basically come and find you, or I'll walk you through the process on where you need to go so that you can park. It's okay. Don't worry. And that's what he did. And so I found the parking spot or whatever, and we met up at the restaurant. And he basically was like, whatever you want. So I ordered a drink, I ordered an appetizer. The conversation started to flow. He was dressed really nice. He was cool. Like he was nice. It was cool. The conversation flowed. He knew how to hold a conversation and all of that. And we was laughing and whatever. And so the day ends. He walks me to my car. He pays for the parking, and he also sends me gas money for me having to drive. And he's basically like, okay, text me when you get home. So doing everything right, doing everything right. So cool, whatever. So that was the first date. So of course, that was good. We go on a couple more dates. We're communicating, we're talking, whatever. So after a while, he was like, I'm cook. I got food. You should come over. And I'm like, cool. I'm cool at this point. You ain't coming to me. I don't mind coming to you. That's cool. Whatever. So I go to his place, which was a quite a bit of a distance, but I didn't mind because he was just like, I got you with, your gas money, whatever you need, whatever, I got you. And he was that type of person. Like whenever I drove, or just he would just randomly cash out me. He would always pay for my gas, make sure I always had gas in my car, all of that good stuff. So I didn't mind driving there because I'd rather go to his house than him come to mine. And so I got there, and he had flowers, he had candles burning, the house was exceptionally clean, and he had food. So it was cool. Like we were watching a movie and eating and talking, and he started playing music, and we had an amazing time. I didn't spend the night because I be ready to go home. So I went. Night came to an end. I drove back home, and I'm the type of person, I don't care what time it is. When I'm ready to go home, I'm going home because I don't care if it's dark. I'm going home. And he was kind of like, it's dark outside. Like it's kind of a distance. You want to drive? And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go home. So I went home. Things were cool. We dated more, and boom, he was basically like, I ain't never met a woman like you. We have so much in common. Like we're on the same page. Like I really like you. Like I really do. And so he was like, how you feel about like us getting married? Like I would marry you. So I guess he was trying to like gauge how I was feeling. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I ain't never been a woman that has been like, oh my God, man, well, I got my wedding planned out, I got my colors planned out. I've never been that type of woman. And he is not the first man to want to marry me. I've been proposed to 3 times by my son's dad, and I've been proposed to by 3 other men that I have turned down marriage proposals. So him wanting to marry me is nothing new. And I can honestly say most of the men that I have dated have wanted to marry me. That's just has always been my experience in adulthood. And I will say he just caught me at a time and a space where I was just like, okay. And I know that sounds crazy, y'all, but I didn't take it as that big of a deal. For me, it kind of was like something to check off the list to say that I've done it. I know that sounds bad, y'all, but it's the truth. And I didn't look at it from like a uh what you call this religious aspect. I was just looking at it like it's something to check off the deal. This man is a lawyer. This man got his stuff together. Okay, I don't really mind. So yeah, sure, whatever.